Commence primary ignition.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Historian Kinji here. Played Cad Bane on the Book of Boba Fett on Star Wars Disney Plus. You're watching the Virtual Cantina Network. Have fun.
We did it.
Yeah, somewhat, sort of.
Sort of, kind of, almost. Hi, everyone.
Hey,
Hello there.
General Skiprockle.
Welcome, everyone, to a new episode of Clone Wars Revisited here on the VCN. We are a little off kilter with our overlay, and we're trying to get that fixed, but we didn't want to be any later to the show. Hi, Lonnie. We didn't want to keep everyone waiting, so we decided we'll start the show and we'll fix the edit a little bit later on the boxes and stuff. So we'll get it taken care of in a few minutes. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Tonight is not a watch-along, but a long-form discussion on all things Season 1, which I'm super excited about.
Like that.
Yeah, so we can sort of just have fun and go off on a tangent, answer questions, engage with the chat. We have a lot to cover because it was 22 episodes this season of Clone Wars Season 1. Oh my God.
And I spent like a quarter of it being sick. So
it's kind of hard to believe that we've been doing this for 22 weeks.
Yeah, it goes fast.
Yeah. Which is almost not quite half a year, but coming up on it. Yeah. It's surprising to me because it really doesn't feel like it was that long, but all of a sudden here we are.
So fast. So fast.
Yep. Last week we did a little bit of Season 1 recap because we had Jeff on with us, our longtime producer from Rebels Revisited, and we had Colin guest hosting since he missed part 3 of the Ryloth arc, so he was able to pop in and watch the Season 1 finale episode with us, which was a really fun one, the hostage crisis in the Senate. It's a great episode.
Oh, man. I'm so glad that they got to fill in because I was dead. I was seriously dead. That was like the beginning of the crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But that's so awesome.
Well, most importantly, how are you feeling, Ashley?
I am much better. Thank you so much. It's been a rough week with sickness in my family. My poor little 1-year-old great niece was really sick, and like making sure that none of us gave it to her. But I'm good. I didn't, but yeah, it was probably the hardest I've been hit by a sickness in like a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So I just stayed in my bed, didn't go to work, just drew on all the things, and that's it.
I'll try not to cough too much, but I'm still trying to drain the junk from my lungs.
Yep, that's exactly where I'm at now. So I'm just starting to get my voice back, as you could probably hear on Daughters last week. It was great, but I loved having Sarah on. She filled in for Jamie, and it was a really fun discussion. So if you haven't seen that, check it out on YouTube.
Yeah, you guys did a great job with that episode. Thank you to Sarah for coming in and guest hosting at the last minute. She will be my understanding, a rotating recurring host on Daughters of the Galaxy. So
right.
I think I mentioned this to her. I was like, be careful if you say yes, because we'll make you do it again. Yeah. This is how. Yeah, me and you, Ash, and Skip. Skip, how
like,
many times do you think you've hosted the watch along at this point?
Oh, jeez. You know,
he's a Hall of Famer at this point.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
15, 20 times.
I was gonna say, I think it's more than me.
I have been. It is funny that like when I first started filling in, like I filled in on a Monday here. Then Tuesday we were on just doing the shenanigans. Wednesday nothing, but then Thursday watch along, and it was like holy crap! It was like how did I? There was like 1 week where I wasn't, or there was like one day I wasn't on. I was on everything else. I was like holy crap!
Yep. The virtual Skip network.
The VSN.
Sherry, you are correct. Sarah was an amazing addition to the episode. We're lucky to have her. And believe me, we were keeping an eye on you. We were talking about the watch along and being like, Sherry watches every show on the network and pays attention and remembers stuff. And I feel like would be the right person to one, host the watch along with all the boys, because that's always a fun show, but also I think we referred to you as the archivist of the crew.
Our
Jacosta New.
Jacosta Sherry. So thank you for popping in and watching all the time. We got to get you on Daughters as well. So one of our things that we're going to do post celebration, because there are new people joining the network. Obviously, we're going to pick up a lot of new people joining the Facebook group, I think, too. We're going to add some new hosts to the network, some new stuff. Yes, Sherry comes with the notes.
Yeah, Scoob.
I know that she's got like a big notebook right now. Just like, we're doing one of those transcripts through like ChatGPT or something. We've got new stuff coming, and new people who are going to be helping out with everything across the board. And with that, I did have we have one announcement other than like the regular weekly schedule and stuff, which is as Celebration is now less than 2 months away, anyone who wants to help on the Facebook page with either moderating or doing graphics or guest hosting or helping out in any way, shape, or form, if you want to be a contributor in any realm, please let us know. Send me a direct message. We're actually going to put up like almost like job postings, LinkedIn style, onto the page. It's really a call for arms. Like we really need graphic artists. We need people who can help on the marketing front because we have a new marketing person taking over, which is going to be really exciting. We've got a need for people to be on air or help produce shows and do some other things behind the scenes. We're going to be working on a website. So there's a lot happening. And then we need people to moderate the Facebook group, of course, too. So, yeah.
I'll tell you, I'm still suffering from daylight savings time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! This morning I woke up and I was like, "No, I'm still supposed to be sleeping for another hour."
Oh yeah, 3:45 hit hard today. My first day back and post daylight saving. So it was like,
3:45.
Yeah.
The only thing I want to be doing at 3:45 is either sleeping or peeing.
I was Saturday night at a friend's birthday. We saw Redwood. Which is a Broadway show with Idina Menzel. Incredible. She was great, of course. Sings her ass off. And afterwards we went out. We went to see some good drag because Mayhem came out. So Lady Gaga's album.
Oh,
and
yes.
I live in New York City, as I tell people all the time, and there's a bar in the area called Balcone, and it is where Nick Gaga, the premier Lady Gaga impersonator, has her residency. And by residency, it's her local bar. And has been working all of the stuff, right? So Nick was at the press conference that was held for Mayhem earlier in the week. So if anyone watched that on either Hulu or Spotify or wherever they were playing it, I think I watched it on YouTube. Nick asked one of the questions. And of course, Lady Gaga knows him, which is kind of crazy. So Nick was performing at Balcone along with one of his drag sisters, Kimmy Moore, who you can imagine it's a Britney Spears impersonator,
nice.
Doing like Gimme More and a whole bunch of other stuff. So we danced our asses off till about 2 a.m. on Saturday night. And all of a sudden it was 3 a.m. because of the fall. I was like, oh no, we made a terrible mistake, but all the millennials were out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Lonnie says, how dare you not take me there when I visited.
Lonnie, next time we're going to get you pumped full of medicine. and off to the club. Because let me tell you, the millennials are out in force. All the Gen Zers are out like the way they usually are, those damn children. But you could see we were joking that we all needed to stretch before we danced a little bit. But this was definitely, I mean, Lady Gaga's making music for Satan again, so it's good times.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I'm a Gen Xer.
Yeah. Your Lady Gaga was Madonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, which mine was too.
Cher.
I mean, I got them both. So I got Madonna and Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
I think I've mentioned this before, but I actually met Lady Gaga at
Oops.
Skip. Oh boy.
Forgot to turn my phone off. It's my
Is it
stepfather.
Dave? Tell Dave I need to talk to him.
No, it's actually my stepfather, and it's his birthday.
Oh, well, if you need to take this call, there's nothing important going on.
Yeah.
Just run ahead.
I have to tell you, I've got a Mara Jade hilt coming.
Ooh.
I called my source out in
did get
California. Called my source out in California and said, "Where are you?" He goes, "Where do you think I am?" "I'm in the park." I said, "You know what I need?" He goes, "Yes, you need a Mara Jade." And so it has been bought and it has been shipped, and it's on its way to North Carolina.
When
And I'm very excited.
That hilt is gonna break records because it's rare that you get a Legends character mixed into the parks, right?
Yeah.
And everyone loves Mara Jade. I wonder if it signals something else is coming, or if they just really need the money. Like sometimes there's not a strategic reason. They're just like, oh, this will sell, and it's like, we'll take your money.
I don't know. I waited 2.5 years for Kane and Jerry.
Well, they keep talking. I mean,
so
there's all the talk about Zendaya playing Mara Jade.
First of all, she's the daughter of Shrek. So that's her next role. But I don't think we're getting a Mara Jade. I don't think Mara Jade exists in this canon because we would have heard from her in the new trilogy when Luke is all sad and old and alone. And there would have been some mention of him having a wife, if not children, at least a wife or a girlfriend or something. Yeah. Meanwhile, before I forget, I want to just Sherry, we will take you out dancing the next time you're in New York, along with Lonnie.
I'm down.
And weirdly enough, a few people messaged me saying they're coming to New York this summer, including Scotty and Brian. So we'll go dancing with them too. We'll go see all the good stuff. So
I'm gonna try to make it out there during the summer too.
You have to come visit.
We'll
go to Balcone.
It's just better than freezing my ass off in New York City in October and November,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like New York in the summer. It's chaotic. Like all places, I think during summer it's a little bit crazier than like the rest of the year, but it's a good time to be here.
Visiting the Biltmore estate.
I love Biltmore.
Yeah.
It's my mother-in-law's birthday. It was actually this week, and we were originally going to go down and visit, but Jason had the flu. And I was the one who went to Toy Fair. I was like, how did I make it out alive? But we're going to go for Mother's Day instead. So we will likely be at the Biltmore around Mother's Day, which I think is going to be a lot. I will keep you posted, Skip, if we're in the general vicinity.
They do have a place. Let's see. I think they stopped doing meals at Deer Park, the restaurant up there. But who knows? That we used to take Mom there for Mother's Day all the time. Mm-hmm. And they have a great buffet. If they do a Mother's Day buffet, oh my God.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
I got to plan out my whole summer because obviously Texas is locked and loaded for August at Rebel Scum Con. And then I'm actually potentially going to San Diego Comic-Con now. It's not a done deal, but that's in the mix now.
Is that a work thing?
Work thing, potentially. It's very potentially. So not necessarily de novo, but potentially something else for work. So we shall see. But if I have an update on that front, I'll obviously tell everyone in the group because we'll do I think the meetup in San Diego is always a blast. And last year it was gigantic because it was sort of the unofficial start of the family vacation. Right. But even 2 years prior, it was still a nice sized meetup at San Diego. It's always a great one.
Sure.
I do love San Diego Comic-Con.
Dave said his phone just died, so he's just.
Oh no!
So he's in our network chat right now. So
no worries. He knew we needed him, so his phone was like, shut it down.
The Dave signal went out.
Exactly.
Right.
We did a lot of VCN behind the scenes staff meeting stuff this weekend. just getting ready for celebration because we're 2 months out. So we had our Celebrating Autograph show last week. Dave and I hosted that, and we'll have our news desk not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. So we're getting ready for all that kind of stuff, which is very, very exciting. It's just a million things happening, which is why we're calling for help. We're asking everyone in the chat if you would like to be part of this, the air quotes staff. We're actively recruiting.
I would help, but I'll be gone.
Yeah, I'm so excited for you to go, Skip, because I think you're going to have such a
Seriously.
fun time.
The best
Everyone who's
time.
going to Japan is going to have a blast, especially at the Not So. I think our event is going to be the crown jewel event of the weekend, if I do say so myself.
Lots of prep has gone into it. They
Definitely
have
better than the 501st.
So I don't know much about the 501st Bash. I've never been to one. I know that it is like the party to get into, and it's
It was bad in Anaheim. It was bad in London.
Oh, all right. I'll let you.
I went to the one in Chicago, and
Mhm.
it was fun, but it was like a little bit like, I don't know. I think they were kind of over rushed. Like there was a lot like crammed into it, and there was a lot of things that were happening, and so I didn't get to go to the one in Anaheim. So
It's always tricky with these events, like how much activity do you want to, include in there? Why am I so zoomed in? That's what I can't figure out. I think it's my camera. I did something wrong. Thank you,
Yeah.
Dave. But for example, the O2, that event also had like a packed agenda. It's Cantina, and I keep calling it the event at the O2 just for clarification, because like Cantina is confusing since we are the virtual Cantina,
not us,
right?
Yeah.
So hashtag Cantina in London, I thought was the best event that I had been to in a very long time. And they had a packed agenda of autograph signers, multiple bands. By the time we got to the end of the night, I was very drunk, and I'm not a big drinker, but I was like, Jesus Christ. Like I was trying to remember everything that had happened. And I'm looking at photos. I was like, oh, right. I did talk to so-and-so. Oh yeah, I did meet that guy. Oh yeah, there's me like hugging that guy. Like, it's like that kind of stuff. I was like, I'm glad there are photos. Like, not that I really forgot, but when you see it again, you're like, oh, right, that's what happened. So it was such a great time. There we go.
That's so
Meanwhile, I feel like we're now. This is how we're supposed to look, everyone. We had it
Yes.
band-aided together before.
Well, it's like I had to adjust myself because I was like, "Oh, Dave's switched." I looked away and boom.
Excellent.
just a smidge.
Go ahead.
Oh no, it's just they announced today that they're gonna have an ILM stream for Andor season 2, kind of like delve into like what's to come for season 2. So that will be on ILM's YouTube channel coming up soon.
Ooh.
Really excited about that. And I know we all love Star Wars here. Mike Flanagan dropped his teaser poster for The Life of Chuck, which is based on a Stephen King short story from It Bleeds. It's got Chiwetel Ejiofor, Tom Hiddleston, Annalise Basso, Karen Gillan, Mia Sara, Matthew Lillard, Carl Lumley, future Terrificon guests, Samantha Sloyan, Flaniverse Pro, Harvey Guillen, Jacob Tremblay, Kate Siegel, of course, and Mark Hamill will be in this movie.
He definitely, more than most other directors, has like a mafia. It actually reminds me a little bit of Whedon, where like his crew is his crew because they all kind of get each other.
Right.
Yeah, so the Flaniverse is definitely
so excited.
A group. Yeah, that's a lot of people. Am I crazy that that's a big cast?
So it's a short story that they're turning into a movie. It's literally like a 3-part short story, and people who adapt like Joe Hill short stories and Stephen King short stories kind of have the ability to like kind of flesh them out and take them into places where it's like, okay, the story has good bones. They kind of take it a step further, and I think Flanagan is one of those directors that make it like worth its while. And Stephen King trusts him, so it's going to be beautiful. It's not a horror movie. It's kind of like a life story told in reverse, and it's going to be beautiful. So
I don't
really
trust that there's not going to be horror elements, though.
And there's
make
definitely,
it a thriller.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be like a supernatural element to it, but it's not in a negative way. And it's just like, it's like, how would you live your life if you knew when it would end?
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of thing. So, and it's just so cool. So I'm really excited for it. It's a neat story, And it's kind of like what they did with the Black Phone, because the Black Phone is really like only like maybe an 8-page short story that Joe Hill wrote, and now they're making a sequel to it, so it's like entirely possible.
Which I still kind of can't believe, but you know,
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's
So I think we got to talk about Grievous, because there was a large portion of people.
So much Grievous.
There was so much Grievous. Not that I was really thrilled with the Grievous, but there was.
Do you guys have the episode list, like your IMDb open or whatever for the 22 episodes?
Yeah.
Because maybe we go one by one, just quick. We each do like a minute on each episode, and it's sort of a thumbs up, thumbs down. What do we think? And we can talk about the Grievous arc in totality, because there's 3 of them. The first episode, season 1, episode 1, Ambush. I'll read the IMDb description. Yoda, along with 3 clone troopers, must face off against Asajj Ventress and her droid army while on a mission to a moon of Ragusa, or Rugosa. There we go, Rugosa. Yeah, 7.3 out of 10 according to IMDb. I would agree. Solid start to the series. Introduces Yoda's new look and feel. I mean, outside of the movie. Introduces Asajj Ventress, which we love. A lot of focus on clones, really humanizes them, introduces a really cool looking planet, and for some reason we don't revisit this story for a while. Like there's no part 2 to this thing in season 1 with the hell. But otherwise, great start.
Oh yeah. Honestly, it was good to kind of see Yoda and the clones just trying to figure it out and get through. Like all the options are being taken away from them, and Asajj is on the hunt, and she's as cunning as can be. So it's kind of cool to see Yoda kind of like stay on his toes and adapt to everything.
And we get that relationship quagmire between Ventress and
not Dooku.
Dooku. Thank you. I could not get Dooku out of my head, and then once I couldn't get it in my mouth, then it just was never going to be there. But
that always happens. Yeah, it escapes the brain and into the ether it goes.
And then it's like I couldn't get it here if I wanted to. But yeah, there's a really unique relationship between Dooku and Ventress, and him in the ultra disappointed mode almost all the time. So.
Lonnie says Ventress worth the wait. Season 3, I think. So
we see her again. She also has a good question. As we go through, we should identify where our favorite episode is. So as we get to that point, if anyone wants to call out what their
it's not in season 1.
Well, a favorite episode of season 1. Yeah, and if we have a favorite clone, I don't have a favorite clone yet. I mean, it's Rex, right? There isn't anyone who's worth a damn in season 1.
You got. 2 choices.
Yeah, really. Okay, let's do episodes 2, 3, and 4 together because that's our arc. This is the Grievous pain in the ass arc. Rising Malevolence, Shadow of Malevolence, and Destroy Malevolence. And if I have to say the word malevolence ever again,
yes, I'm glad you're saying
he's gonna get malevolent.
Yeah, because Skip can't say no malevolent.
It's too many syllables and too many vowels, and it's too many L's.
Yeah, try to get the right syllable in the right place.
Yeah, there you go. I will say the thing I love about the opening of this arc is that ship that they use to destroy Plo Koon's whole fleet. It's sort of like a pulse kind of thing. It's electromagnetic pulse, an EMP kind of thing, and it like shuts down all the ship's capabilities. If that were useful throughout the entirety of the Clone Wars, there wouldn't really be a Clone War. There'd be just like a lot of dead Republic soldiers. Yeah. So they sort of talk their way out of it. Like they box themselves into a corner, but then they figure it out. But otherwise, this thing goes on for 1 episode too many. It should have been a 2-parter.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. There's only so much malevolence that you can have.
Grievous is good though in this,
yeah,
as a character.
I think they were okay. So Grievous was one of the most popular characters in the micro series. Like everybody was so excited to have more of Grievous because a lot of people felt like in the sequel series, prequel series, that he didn't get a lot of screen time, and they wanted more of him. So as far as being a fan favorite, to just kind of put him in there right out of the gate was like, oh, the fans loved it, and it kind of pulled everybody into watching this episode and watching the series. So
it makes sense.
Yeah.
I agree that
Oh,
he should be the main antagonist of the series since he becomes the main antagonist of season of episode 3,
Your
right?
Jar Jar?
I wish. No, Grievous.
yeah.
And we should minimize our Jar Jar. And we have some Jar Jar shit in this season that we have to deal with.
Jedi. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, boy. All right, so that's our Grievous. Episode 5, Rookies. Alone on a distant outpost, Commander Cody and Captain Rex must inspire the rookie clones to believe in themselves to stave off a commando droid invasion. My brain is melted. I can't read basic words. So at least here we get Cody and Rex together. That's cool. That's a good one.
Something that we see before things go haywire in Order 66,
Mhm.
and then again in Bad Batch. But
You saying big doo-doo.
oh yeah, Lonnie. That episode, it kind of felt like a countdown to like stuff happening. Like it just, oh no, they're gonna land, they're gonna take us out, and it's just a lot of like strategy, which is it's what you want in a clone heavy show and a military show, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, give me a little more story.
Was that the one with Bubba?
No.
No, that was the different
Not yet.
one where where we watched the kid clones.
Yeah, that's a different one.
Yeah.
This one is like first class, like fully grown, but first mission kind of stuff. And then we get into a couple silly ones. Downfall of a Droid, Episode 6. Anakin must find the missing R2-D2 before the Separatists discover the Jedi military
one
secrets locked
Wipes
in his memory bank.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What was that stupid astromech droid that was in this?
Oh,
The yellow.
R3S6.
Yeah, R3S6,
Terrible.
otherwise known as the traitor.
Yeah.
Yellow. He's
Um,
yellow.
It's no bueno. Yeah, and again, Grievous pops up in episode 7. So this is a two-parter. So Anakin, Ahsoka, and R3S6 embark on a mission to rescue R2-D2, where he's being held at General Grievous's secret listening post. Grievous is busy, girl. He's got a lot going on.
Up against the walls. He's listening to everybody. Like that's
Reading these descriptions make them seem even worse than they are. That's the worst part. It's like, oh, this is actually better than what that sentence says.
yeah.
But by the way, the scores are garbage. Like 7-3, 7-3, 7-3, 7-4, 7-9, 6-6 downfall for a droid. 7-1 Duel of the Droids. Come on now. And then
I think
6
it's a little bit more just because Ahsoka finally shows up.
It is not Rebels
Yeah.
this first
Yeah.
season.
No,
Definitely
it's not great. And then Bombard Jedi is episode 8, 6.0. Padme travels to Rhodia to meet with an old family friend, Anaconda Farr, about the lack of food rations. Unfortunately, Farr has just made a deal with the Separatists. Padme's imprisoned, leaving it up to Jar Jar Banks and C-3PO to rescue her. I'd rather die. If the two of them show up to rescue
That's
me,
what-
I'd
yeah.
rather just kill me now. Like Jar Jar and C-3PO to the
Yeah.
rescue, forget it. Forget it. Let the Death Star blow up every system. I'm done.
Just checking out. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's
Would you ever want to be rescued by C-3PO? Let's start there.
Oh, I would just go, well, I might as well get comfortable. I'm going to be
I
here.
mean, if he's got access to a ship and can get us the hell out of there, absolutely.
And then I push him out of the ship.
Yeah, and
like-
then just start piloting
Yeah.
myself because
I'd like to make this
No.
a trade, not a rescue. So
Yeah,
you stay
seriously.
behind. He's the worst. And then Jar Jar's not far behind. I hate that people hate Jar Jar the character because of like what it did to Ahmed Best. But like objectively, Jar Jar's a terrible character.
right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh man. But then it's so funny. That episode is such garbage, and then the very next one is so good. This shows how inconsistent this season is. Because Cloak of Darkness follows it, and it's only a 7-9 in the ranking, and I think it should be higher. But it's a
Oh, for
really,
sure.
really great episode. Ahsoka and Luminara escort captured Newt Gunray to trial, right? This
Which
shit
is
good.
why you kill the bad guys, as Mark
Kill
was
the bad guy.
saying the entire time. Do not bring him in for justice.
Exactly.
learned
It never
nothing.
works. You know why?
Nothing,
Because
nothing,
Count Dooku dispatched his deadly apprentice, Asajj Ventress, to free the prisoner and eliminate the Jedi. And what does she do? She attacks Luminara, who, by the way, she deserved it. You know how I feel about Master Luminara. I'd slap her in real life. love to hate Master Luminara, and Asajj Ventress like hitting her with like some steam and then having a thing fall on her. She beats her ass.
Oh,
like,
the fight between like
so good.
Luminara and Ahsoka and Ventress, just mwah. Oh my god, 3 badass ladies just totally taking shit out.
Killing
It's
it and
real good.
destroying everything around them. There's
And
so
that
much
poor
collateral
little like
damage.
camera droid like on the pedestal, like he's just like, oh, the entire time. It was so funny.
Oh man, I love a good multi-person lightsaber fight with
Mhm.
lots of collateral damage and a little bit of humor mixed in. And these
For
are 3 of
sure.
my favorite characters. As much as I like crap on Master Luminara, it's because I have such strong feelings about her character because she's so well done in the
Yeah.
Clone Wars that you like have strong feelings about this lady, right? Like she's
Like you can see why she's a master.
Mhm.
And then to have Ahsoka fight alongside her and fight someone who's as deadly and as proficient in lightsaber battles as Asajj is,
Mhm.
it's just like this is taking the training wheels off of Ahsoka and just being like, here you go.
Yep.
Right into the deep end of the pool. So
What's
Show me
fun
what you got.
about Asajj and Master Luminara is that they're on perfectly opposite sides of the 9 box.
for sure.
Like you've got chaotic evil versus lawful good, and they could not be further apart, truly, right?
No.
And then Ahsoka is chaotic good, right? So that fatal 3-way kind of fight is a great triangle for conflict. And whoever built that, like, I feel like they literally took out their grid and they connected with Sherry and was like, give us the notes, and we're gonna spec this fight because like that's a really good pairing, or I guess
Oh,
I don't
for
know,
sure.
combination.
And I feel like it's a precursor to like everything that happens in season 7. Like, we know
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah,
But it's like,
And-
oh, okay, we can do these fights in animation and it can be riveting.
Yep.
Let's expand on that. So
and we see some of it in season 5. Some of these same characters plus
Sure.
Barasafi. We see a lot of this lays the groundwork. Like I think about what episodes signal to us what the Clone Wars are really going to be like. And weirdly enough, episode 1, I think, is a good indication of what the Clone Wars really feels like. There's a lot of clones talking to Yoda, going to places, shooting at battle droids, right? And
Not
as much
those
as there was a little too much Grievous, I think those couple of episodes in there are pretty solid. And, you know, we get a lot of those like space battle kind of things. And then Cloak of Darkness, where it's like just Jedis fighting dark side users, like trying to stay alive and dealing with a lot of capture and recapture, is
Yeah.
like most of the series.
for sure. Lonnie says, I forgot how annoying Padawan Ahsoka was, though. Cringe.
hmm
Yeah, this is first season Ahsoka.
Yeah, she has some growing to do, and you know what? We all hate
Still
her,
a
and
little
then
bit
we all
better
love
than
her
movie Ahsoka.
for sure. I still kind of can't believe they put that thing in theaters. Like, it sounds insane now.
It's the movie that should have been an episode.
Yeah, this could have been an email. And like,
It's
Anakin has a pad.
Cartoon Network after school movie.
Mhm.
For sure.
Without a doubt. Well, if we had streaming back then, I feel like this would have made for a perfect, or I guess like a Disney afternoon kind of like, you know,
Right.
3-part event. That's always fun.
Yeah, we're gonna jump back to Grievous again because
Oh, you mean
Can't-
just a little more Grievous this season?
yeah, just a smidge more Grievous sprinkled on your Cheetos. So
The only thing that would be better is a little bit more Jar Jar.
Reheat those nachos.
season 1, episode 10, Lair of Grievous. So Count Dooku pretty much just leads Kit Fisto and a brand new Padawan right to General Grievous, and it's General Grievous's job to take them both out.
Mhm.
It is a very stressful episode. Not perfect. There's like a lot of like puzzles and weird body parts that we find for Grievous to rebuild himself and things like that in this episode. But it's kind of reminds me of playing a video game and having Grievous as the big boss. Like if that makes sense.
And that Padawan doesn't make
R.I.P.
it, sadly.
R.I.P.
Yes.
And it speaks to, I think, the larger issue with what's going on with the Jedi. Yeah, there he is. Nadar Veb. Thank you, Lonnie, for pulling up his actual name.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Right?
Mon Calamari guy.
Yeah.
Calamari. Okay.
He was a calamari. It speaks to the arrogance of the Jedi, where they were like, "Hey, this Padawan doesn't even know what's up, and his master Kit Fisto missed his trials, but we're just going to throw him into the wild and like go sort things out. And then, oh, by the way, go take down Grievous. Like,
Is that like a punishment for missing the trials? Like, that's the real question. Do you feel like he was being punished for this? And like, oh, your Padawan's going to go up against Grievous. Bye.
I think it had to do with proximity more than anything else. I don't think it was that dark or deep. I think it just speaks to the fact that like the Jedi are blissfully unaware, like woefully unprepared,
Yeah.
and in over their heads. And in some ways, it's the Senate's fault, which means it's Palpatine's fault that they were put in this precarious situation to air quotes keep the peace. But then they're actually not trained soldiers, and all of the Padawans got elevated too quickly. Like all of a sudden you're a teenager and you're trying to study like what does it mean to be one with the Force and understand religion, and then all of a sudden it's like go infiltrate the tanks and get into the starship and start shooting at battle droids. Like that has nothing to do with the Force or how the world works, really. Like
That's
it's
not
like
how the Force works.
exactly. So yeah, so there we are, and it has literally nothing to do with being a Jedi. But that's your assignment, and it's a really unfair one, and it makes me super angry about it. Like where we have these kids, Barriss Offee's life is ruined. This kid is killed. Ahsoka's childhood is taken away from her. Like all of these Padawans, everyone who was killed in Order 66 by Anakin and everyone else, like it's wild.
Also, it's very reminiscent of child soldiers in World War II, like young men, some as young as like 15, 16, going to fight for war, and how their lives are completely shattered after that. So,
and if you think like, George Lucas always talked about how the first Star Wars in 77 was more so a metaphor for like Vietnam, where of course there were child soldiers who were pulled into the war without realizing, and there were a lot of civilian deaths, and just, it was one of the deadliest wars that Americans ever faced, right? Like my dad's whole generation's fucking traumatized by it.
My dad too, yeah.
Yep. It's awful. It feels like this episode is like, yep, here's this kid, and he's just sent off to war to die. It's really bleak and sad. This is why we talk about how like Clone Wars is not a kid show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's an absolute. It's that whole line of once you touch the dark side, forever shall it control. Or was it shall it control your destiny or affect your destiny? But help us align. But anyways, basically, Vietnam affected this country for decades.
Still is.
Still is.
Yeah. Still is. That generation has not passed on. And, the way we look at government, being honest and truthful is significantly affected by Vietnam, more so than even the Korean War. World War II, we came out of that going, that's what we do. That's the way it goes,
America.
And then, a little bit of Korean, but then, you take in the Vietnam War and, it's like, you can't believe the government or nothing. They'll lie. They'll lie and they'll tell you that they're winning when they're not, So, hello, kitty.
Yeah, she wants to say hi.
Oh, Ahsoka says hi. Let her know this wasn't her best season.
Yeah, Mark says not your best season. I'm sorry, bud.
Not your fault, baby girl.
Just your name.
I appreciate how obvious George Lucas is with his political allegories, because the target demographics of Clone Wars when it was first on was probably tween to teen, plus as a secondary existing Star Wars fans who would have been in their like 20s, 30s, 40s, right? And maybe a little younger than that. The brand is aging, right? Lucasfilm is going to be 50 in 2027. And so there's a Star Wars fan in their 60s and 70s right now who watched that when they were already tweens or whatever and little kids. And then there's multiple generations behind them, but all of them get something slightly different out of it. Like if you watch Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, I have to clarify, right? Revenge of the Sith. You will hear Anakin's speech at the end of the movie, and it's clearly George W. Bush. Like there's no pulling away that quote of like, you with us or against us kind of thing. Like it's obviously commenting on the politics of the time. It's true for every form of Star Wars. The prequels is about the rise of fascism. The sequel trilogy is about how no one learns their lesson and the shit happens again. And if you don't think
history repeats itself,
and if you don't think we live in hell that we're living in right now, it happens again, right? It's
Yeah.
how things go. Things are cyclical. So I remember someone saying the sequel trilogy is ridiculous. How could we have all of these space Nazis like just one generation later and not learning their lesson from the prior group of space Nazis?
Dear God.
And it's like, because Nazis always exist. It's just sometimes they're in vogue and sometimes they're not. Like, that's just true. And that's true worldwide. And I was not surprised. I was like, oh, this makes a lot of sense. Like, the first go round in the Star Wars trilogy were Nazis, and the second go round in the Disney trilogy, the new trilogy, were neo-Nazis. So some people thought that was ridiculous. I was like, no, this makes more sense than anything. Like, it would reform exactly like that, and they would wear the same stupid uniforms with minor flourish differences.
And have really dumb speeches.
Yep. I mean, Hux is just a caricature of a person.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, kudos to Domhnall Gleeson for that. But like,
Yeah.
he even said like he got kind of disgusted with himself after having to make that speech because
Of
of
course.
obvious implications.
Yeah.
But-
It's so good that he's like screaming to the point where his face
oh
is red
yeah,
and
and you
angry.
can
He's
see
so
like
good.
the lasers in his eyes, like
Mhm.
reflecting because he's so like pissed.
I love
It's
it.
great.
When we finally got him to sign autographs, which by the way he did for charity. I feel like that's well known. So
Yeah.
he did that as a charity signing. Signed
Oh,
a
sweet.
ton of stuff for Tops, including trading cards and photos and all sorts of stuff.
Oh, I'd
I
love to
think-
meet him.
I would love to also. This was a private, and I was like, oh, I'd love to do something public and actually get to meet him. But apparently he was lovely and like super easy to work with, and everyone had great, nice things to say about him. And apparently he loves that photo because it's so insane, right? Because
Oh
like
yeah.
the pink reflecting in his eyes of like the laser shooting up is
Oh,
it's so
it's
cinematic. It's so
chilling.
gorgeous.
Yeah. And it's like his entire focus is on like Star Killer base. Like it's his Death Star.
Oh yeah,
And-
it's his Krennic moment.
Yeah.
Girl, it's your moment. Have it.
Yeah, seriously.
This is your moment.
But to get back into it a little bit, it's chilling how, you know, in this episode it's, as you said, it's so reflective of the times, and I think it's kind of
Mhm.
what's going on in Ukraine right now with like the children soldiers and people just sticking around to fight whenever they can, no matter what, men, women, and children.
And there's a war brewing. I was telling someone there's always a war on somewhere, right? It's just
Yeah.
what gets covered by the news and who participates in it, and is America involved? Because by the way, America is very self-centered. If we're not in it, we do not care about it. Like, good luck to you.
Sad.
Which is really pathetic, right? Like,
Yeah.
especially as like one of the wealthier nations with a large population and someone who I think we as a nation consider ourselves like part of the world police. You know, we are part of like the UN, I guess the you know, the core 7, we're on the Security Council and everything else. So in theory, where conflicts brew even outside of our borders, there's some type of responsibility for us to be involved, or at least figure out what is the humanitarian aid, you know, required from us, and our allies, right? And look, Russia sits on that committee too. So as much as like we're at war with Russia, and everyone else, like, and China, and don't always get along with Germany and England, and everyone's pissed at us right now because of our stances on stuff. You know, we're very isolationist at the moment. In theory, like those 7 to 12 countries, depending on the size that we're talking about of the various committees, are supposed to make sure there aren't like Clone Wars style destruction happening in like real life, right? And the show, I think, actually does a really interesting job pointing out that however righteous you think war is and whatever side you're on, as you get to the end of it, like when we're in like the Ryloth situation, it's Cham Syndulla who's like, I'm fighting with you today, and I'm fighting beside you today, and I'm going to be fighting against you like next week, because guess what? Like, we're just like a pawn in your stupid little war, and we don't really want to be a part of it. We want to be neutral, and we don't want any involvement in this. Why'd you pull us into this nonsense? And I feel like there's so many countries on the map in real life who are probably dealing with that exact nonsense right now, right?
Right.
Like, who wants to be part of this at all?
Like, yeah, when you go to war for the wrong reasons, that's what happens. And
Yeah.
I was hearing this the other day. War is never right, but other things are wronger.
Mm-hmm. Right. Are you defending yourself? Because, you know, we could have a whole conversation. I know the Unifying Force team has done it about pacifism versus being militant ready. My girl Mon Mothma done fucked up during the prequel trilogy or the sequel trilogy. The de-escalation of military force was too quick, and it made them vulnerable to the First Order, all because they were trying to make concessions with people who used to be part of the Empire, when instead they should have been held accountable. And that has
Right.
nothing to do with what's going on in real life whatsoever.
No.
So with that, we should actually tilt back to like the real Clone Wars stuff, because the next episode is hilarious. It's the Gungan General, and we're at the halfway point basically. They captured Count Dooku, and then Anakin and Obi-Wan are looking for a ransom. So Jar Jar Binks is going to drive this episode, which is, I don't even know how to describe that, but it's another Jar Jar, and let's just get done with this.
It's downhill,
Mhm.
no brakes, quick stop.
Yeah, quick stop.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Good grief. Highly skippable. Despite the fact that Anakin and Obi-Wan are in it, which they're not in every episode this season, I think it's a skippable episode.
Oh, sure. And it only got a 6.9 on IMDb. So
Yeah,
it's
not great. The
not
next one
perfect.
is better.
But if you like clones, it's a good episode.
And honestly, if you like Jar Jar, if anyone in the chat, and I know Dave loves Jar Jar,
Mhm.
if you're a Jar Jar stan, there's not that many episodes of Clone Wars. Like, go check him out. You get all this extra content.
Yeah.
They make him like rather capable. Like, he actually defeats Mother Talzin in a later season, which is utterly ridiculous. But good on him.
Honestly, Dave is like, I come in here, my phone's dead, I save their freaking layouts, and they sit here and trash Jar Jar. Damn them. Damn them all.
Turn your phone on, Dave. You can defend Jar Jar all you want with a charge. So.
But with Jedi Crash, like, obviously it's again ladies doing it for themselves. We have Ayla Secura, we have Ahsoka, Anakin's like really badly hurt and he's on the verge of dying, and they have to like get them off of Meriden, and it's a pretty chaotic episode, but it's cool to see Ayla Secura come back. We've got Jennifer Hale doing her voice.
She's so good.
So good. Love her. But again, we have those cute little lemur lurmen. Close enough, right? Star Wars villagers. Again, saying what Mark just said, like, why are you pulling me into your war? I just want to be neutral. I just want to live my life. And now I have to save your friend against the separatists, which I didn't even want to be a part of this.
Yeah, it's the ultimate examination of should the Jedi be in this at all, or should they be home being peaceful? And in fact, them being in this was the beginning of the end. It was the trap. The ultimate trap was to bring the Jedi into this fight and darken their souls and lose their ability to see the future, and then therefore be able to be shanghaied.
Yeah.
I do enjoy this arc. And in Defenders of the Peace, where the story concludes, that's where we get George Takei's guest spot. He's really terrific.
Well, you get to the end of this one and you realize that the Jedi convince you through the story that they're right to be in the war.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth of the matter is, when it gets down to the end of it, we know they're wrong to be in the war. And that's the ultimate. That's what's so. It's an onion layered story arc, which is really cool.
It's true. You don't want the separatists to be taking over the galaxy, but you don't want to leave anybody unprotected either. So it's kind of like a double-sided coin in this regard.
Yeah.
And this brings up the question of like, what could the Senate, if not run by Palpatine, right, and who's messing up everything, and the Jedi have done differently to make sure that like Jedi Padawan aren't killed by General Grievous, etc., and that we're minimizing casualties, and that we're not just using the clones as like fodder. Like, should we have invested in droids? Like, I'm trying to think of like what the solution is of like how you win this war, because they have battle droids on their side. Like, And for some reason, they had a never-ending fucking supply of those battle droids, and they always the Separatists always seem to be winning. And I realize that like Palpatine's the secret
Mustafar.
sauce for that,
Yeah.
you know. But like, what is the way out? And I don't know what it is, because you do want to be able to defend the if you have a Galactic Republic.
Yeah, don't get in to start off with it. I mean, when you start putting the Clone Wars, you start putting the novels together. I mean, it really was a well laid out plan. On Palpatine played the long game,
The longest game. Oh yeah.
and even the First Order was the next half. Have you guys ever read the books on Jakku?
I have not.
So Chuck Wendig did the first 3 canon novels where he
is it like Aftermath and all that?
Aftermath and so forth.
Yeah, I've read
Oh, I read Aftermath. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's 3 books to
Jakku.
that. There's 3 books to that trilogy, and it really delves into. It's a setup for Episode 9. I did get that right. Yeah, 9. Because it's as Palpatine always had a plan that if he was ever killed, then the Empire would have failed him, and he had it set up where the Empire would destroy itself, because if it couldn't protect him, then it didn't deserve to survive.
Mm-hmm.
Which is one of the reasons. It's an incredibly crazy plan. So reading those 3 books, you find out how his
and
plan.
Yet
and not only did it set up the destruction of the Empire, but it also set up the beginning of the First Order. It's those are really cool books to delve into that.
And it kind of scares me because I feel like that's where we're at in modern times. Like, it's like I don't need any more based on fiction.
Reality.
Previous history. Yeah.
Art imitating life.
Sure.
Or life imitating art. Had enough of that. No. That's not. That's a little too uncomfortable.
For sure. Dave says Jar Jar in season 6 comes into his own.
He sure does. That's where he defeats Mother Talzin.
Yeah. And Lonnie says Dave just arrived to defend Jar Jar's own. I was called out. Sorry, Dave.
Charge your phone, sir, and you can defend Jar Jar all you like. Meanwhile, I feel like all we did was work this weekend. Dave and Jim and I were plotting VCN stuff. We're getting ready for Celebration. There's a million things happening. I'm going to let my phone die. I've had it. I was like, I wish I lived in the 1800s where you had to send like a buggy and carriage to find me. I really am born in the wrong time. It's the kind of thing where like, I think I want to be here because I loved Twitter. And then what happened? Oh, by the way, Twitter's like not just down. It's apparently under like severe cyber attack, like to the point where like Twitter is crashing worse than one of his, space rockets.
Worse than his stock.
Yeah. Oh, and the stock too. Oh, look, I don't like laughing at other people's misfortune, but he's a real dick. Like, I don't mean to. I realize the show isn't supposed to be political, but like, I can't.
Sorry, we're talking about the Clone Wars.
Star Wars isn't supposed to be political.
Yeah. Well, our
wink,
show.
Wink, nod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where were we? Trespass. I guess that was fine.
Yeah, I mean.
You mean we're not talking about Storm over Ryloth yet?
We're getting there.
We're almost there.
We got 2 minutes.
Does anyone remember Trespass? I feel like this is such a nothing burger.
So that one was kind of like Senator Tucci. It's
right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Iceland.
The ice planet, and the really bossy guy in charge, and he ends up dying. And
that's actually a pretty good one.
And what is that?
I do like that episode. It's not a favorite, but it's up there.
Good. Solid.
They're peace-loving creatures, and they turn into, monsters.
They have to defend themselves.
What are those? What is that species?
Oh, it's Muftak species. I forget what they're called, but they're like furry spider bug eyes.
Yeah. Let's see here.
We're gonna spend that.
This is going to drive me crazy now.
He is a Talz.
Talz, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because Talz are extremely peaceful creatures.
Yeah. So
As much as I initially didn't remember the episode, I think it is a really good one.
yeah,
So
for sure.
yeah. What's the next one on here? Hidden enemy. Anakin and Obi-Wan discover evidence of a traitor amongst their ranks while attempting to lead Republic forces to liberate Christophsis. Oh my God, remember? Christophsis from a Separatist siege. Yes, Christophsis. We added a lot of syllables as we were talking about this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is, hey, Skip, read this.
Yeah.
You know?
I love when Skip reads the intros. They're so good. Because I'm also just
Oh, man.
bad at reading out loud. I don't know why that skill has...
Especially
I've,
with like
lost it.
Star Wars names, and they just do
Oh,
this. It
There's
just
too many
gets
consonants at all and they shouldn't be near each other. It's always consonants that don't belong next to each other, smushed together.
Ayla.
Well, it's Ayla.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Meanwhile-
Ayla should not be a word.
It's like
Yeah,
Aaron. Ayla.
It's too much. And I have to get back into my practicing mode of being media ready because I'm going to be on camera quite a bit, like in Texas, and doing interviews and stuff and prepping for that. So I need to be able to read my cue cards because I want to prepare cards for everyone ahead of time. But yeah, I think this is a good episode as well. Again, it doesn't leave like a giant lasting impression in a way that like some of the others do from this season, but I do think this is a solid one. I think the next couple episodes though that deal with that mind virus thing,
Right back
the
in
blue
this
shadow
age.
virus.
Oh my God.
It's such a great concept, and especially as the measles outbreak is happening like right now as we're talking. This show is too fucking relevant. Like it's really like getting on my nerves. But like the scientist is saying that like this virus has just as much a right to life as people do, and we shouldn't be eradicating it. So he's crazy town.
Oh my gosh.
And
yeah.
like the virus is going to destroy a planet, but like this is what we're talking about. I can't. So great idea, amazing philosophy, terrible execution. 6.6 and a 6.9, garbage all
also
around.
those crazy spacesuits. Can we please talk about those crazy spacesuits?
I love the yellow spacesuit. It's so bad. It's so bad.
So bad. It's so
Oh, man.
very bad. But after that, we get into the adventures on Ryloth.
Mhm.
We have
Finally.
Ryloth. So we go
Some good
visit some
stuff.
Twi'leks and some Sandulas.
hmm
Syndulas.
Love it. The arrival's great. The space battle breaking through the blockade. This is where Ahsoka has her real emotional breakdown because they lose some clones and she sort of gets chewed out a little bit, but she bounces back the way she always does. Anakin saves the day through some nonsense, which is always the way.
Is this the battle that they refer in Ahsoka?
I don't think
When-
so.
when she's in the War Between Worlds?
I don't think this is a Ryloth battle.
Yeah.
I can't be 100% sure though.
Because that I forget what it is, but that battle of because Rex talks about it in Clone Wars.
Mhm.
I mean in
Ahsoka,
Rebels. Rebels. He goes,
Oh, in
I
Rebels.
served with her from this battle to that battle, and the first one was the one that she was in where she lost those clones.
I don't remember him saying Ryloth. I would have
We're gonna have
remembered
to go
that.
back.
No, it wasn't Ryloth. It
Yeah.
was, but whatever.
Yeah.
It was the battle of this. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the episodes where they go find where Kanan goes finds the clones on that planet where they're hunting for the worms and they're fighting in the tanks versus the AT-ATs.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to watch Ahsoka again. Son of a bitch.
Oh, damn.
I know.
Darn.
Dave, my cue cards are for practicing celebrity interviews for Texas, not for this show. As you've noticed, we do zero prep now on Clone Wars Revisited. Rebels Revisited, we had a magazine of notes. Here, we sometimes show up.
We wing it.
That's what we're bringing to the table.
We need to stay healthy to be on the air. That's just
It is-
No kidding.
It is very organic of how it comes together, which actually I should jump in now. This is where we had Colin join us as our
Mhm.
first guest host for the series.
Yeah.
And we're going to continue to bring on guest hosts throughout season 2. And we had Jeff come on for the finale, who's our former producer on Rebels, of course, and had not been on air with us all year. I think he produced 1 or 2 other episodes throughout the first season run with these last 20 weeks or whatever.
Rest
Right.
buttons.
So we're going to make sure he comes back for a couple, and we're going to mix it up with some hosts as well. And definitely Colin is going to come back. He's already identified a few episodes that he's interested in
Sure.
co-hosting with us.
Yeah.
So
And
that'll be fun.
I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. I think we're definitely gonna get Lanter and Taylor to come.
Hmm.
You're gonna get Taylor, and I'm gonna call Matt and say, Matt, you got to come now.
Well, exactly. We're gonna bring on some celebrity guest hosts. I think we're all trying to survive Celebration, but after that, I would love to get people on air with us again because we did such a great job with that on Rebels. There's more to come on that front for sure. So I'm excited about that. Also, other breaking Star Wars news. Obviously, our lawyers will be getting involved, but Taylor, Vanessa, and Tia are launching their own Rebels
Star Wars
podcast.
University.
Yeah, Pot of Rebellion.
Where they're going to watch the episode and comment on it.
How
Where
dare
did
they?
they get that idea?
Yeah.
From a woman who is actually on this show.
By the way, I love all three of them so much. So we're
Me
playing.
too.
Yeah.
They are three of the best people in all of Star Wars. I'm so excited for this podcast. You guys have no idea.
Seriously, already
Their
subscribed.
autographs are right here.
Already
can't-
so stoked.
I can't tell you how many people texted me and Instagram messaged me that thing being like, are you working on that? I was like, no. I have nothing to do with this. I'm just a fan. And Star Wars Explained just posted it today and more people sent it to me. And I was like, yeah, we've had a suspicion for a while that this was brewing. I'm glad it is happening. I'm so excited it's happening. I'm also going to find my way onto that show. Don't you worry.
I am so subscribed. I've been watching sneak peeks. They did a little sneak peek blurb with Tia talking about how shocked she was to see Freddie in the recording booth when she had a huge crush on him. Obviously, what girl in the early 2000s, late 90s didn't have a crush on Freddie Prinze Jr. Crazy
and
talk.
Of course, if you watched, I know you did last summer, you have to choose between him and Ryan Phillippe.
Oh, it's easy, Freddie. Hands down.
Is it Freddie? Yeah, Freddie's my guy too. Not that we're going to say no to anyone, or either of them. Meanwhile, Matthew Lillard just got cast. He's in Five Nights at Freddy's, the movie, and they said that Skeet Ulrich is being cast as a rumor as his partner in the movie, the original partner who found Freddy Fazbear's or whatever. I forget who that character is. But at one point, I think they were toying with the idea of making a Freddie Prinze Jr. Matthew Lillard and Freddie Prinze know each other from Scooby-Doo, which would have also been a really interesting pairing.
Oh, that'd be so
I would have loved that.
They played in that science fiction something pilot movie. You remember that?
Which one?
Oh, something Force. Oh, God. Yeah. They're Freddie played this mystical pilot. In the space fleet. Oh God. Okay, you guys keep going. I'll find it.
I'm going to pull up. I already have IMDb open, so we'll just check it. But after the Ryloth arc, I think we all agree the Ryloth arc is the best arc of season 1,
For
right?
sure. And I'm not biased or anything. Trust me.
My favorite episode, and I said this last week, was actually not from that arc, though. My favorite actual episode was the one I was sort of gushing about earlier in the chat when we were talking about Asajj Ventress fighting Master Luminara and Ahsoka, and that's Cloak of Darkness. That's my favorite individual episode. But as an arc, it's the Ryloth arc for me.
Wing Commander.
Oh.
Wing Commander. I know what you're talking. Yes, I know Wing Commander. Oh my God. That movie's not good. I'm sorry.
Yes. No, it was not.
That's right. The two of them are in that. Oh God, this looks like direct-to-video garbage. It's been a minute since I've seen this.
I have to agree with you, Mark. That is one of my favorite episodes of the season. I also really like Trespass because it was cool to see Tucci come back and kind of show what fear mongering and warmongering can do to otherwise peaceful people. So again, learn your lesson, kids.
Yep. Quick.
Skip, what were your favorites?
Well, real quick, while we're talking Wing Commander, Hugh Quarshie is in Wing Commander, who's also from Star Wars. He's in Episode 1.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
He's the security guy, and he plays Captain Panaka in Phantom Menace. And he's a Wing Commander along with Freddie Prinze before Freddie Prinze was doing anything Star Wars. The 6 degrees to Star Wars is now 2 degrees to Star Wars. So do we do a movies we're thankful for at some point and put Wing Commander on here, Dave O'Neill?
Oh, yeah, that would be. You got to do that.
Yeah.
Dave says,
Movie-
and now I need to rewatch that.
It's been so long since I probably saw this like when it was out in theaters. What year was this? This was 1999. I'm
Yeah, I
certain
was
that I
gonna say-
rented this shit from Blockbuster that summer before I left for college because this would have been my senior year. Yeah,
That
damn,
was my sophomore year, 99. Yeah, so I was about 16.
that's crazy. Oh
Yeah.
boy. All right, Skip. What's your favorite episode and your favorite arc?
My favorite arc and episodes are out of the same one. I was looking up that title so I can remember.
Dave
Shoot,
says,
shoot. No. The Jedi
Marla?
Crash and Defenders of Peace. I
Got
just
it.
the Lormans.
Yeah.
That whole battle of should you be in the fight or shouldn't be in is the to me is the core aspect of Clone Wars, and really felt like that was,
oh, yeah.
I agree. I think you nailed it. That like the big question of Clone Wars is: do we fight? How do we fight? And yeah.
Sorry, guys.
we're not 60. No,
All right,
19
dads. I don't know what to tell you.
Whatever.
We were mere
Um,
children. I was
so
a
I was
teeny
born in
tiny teenager.
68, so let's do the math.
I was in my seat watching Varsity Blues and She's All That. Just saying.
I think it was in my I was 30 or 31. And it was the year that Avery was born,
Oh wow.
December 1999. That was 25 years ago.
Yep, that was my graduate. I told you I graduated high school in '99, and we were supposed to have our 25th reunion last year. Things got messed up. We're doing it this year, so we're having a 26th instead. But yeah,
It's like when
that's-
the Foo Fighters had their 25th anniversary tour and they had to postpone it a year.
Yeah, I
so
was
they spray
31
painted
years
the
old.
sticks.
mhm. Yep, exactly.
I was 31 years old.
I will say I love that time in pop culture, that end of the millennium kind of thing, because it was like really bleak in some ways and then really hopeful in others. Y2K and this like tilt into technology and like
And we had
the
plastic
sci-fi future ahead of us.
furniture and
Yeah,
So Avery
computers.
was born December 19th, 1999.
Oh wow,
And
just
she
made
was-
it.
And she was in the neonatal intensive care unit because she was born 10 weeks early.
Oh wow.
So she was on oxygen machine in the isolate and everything. And here in the on December 31st, I know exactly where I was because I was in the hospital
Mm.
in fear of the fact that the computers would all crash, the electricity would shut down. And they had at the hospital, the nurses had these like things that they put over top of themselves, and they could slide babies into it and then hook up oxygen to them and carry babies out the door to get them out of the hospital if we lost power. That's the kind of thing. That was serious thoughts of, oh shit, we got to be prepared if the power goes out,
Oh,
for December 1st on 2000.
I don't remember.
Lonnie says she was a junior, so you're a year older
That
than
makes
me,
sense.
Lonnie.
Yeah, and you're younger than me. Damn, Skip, that is like, that
So
is like,
scary.
and yeah, I've had heartburn inducing. I don't remember the quantity of anxiety I was feeling around Y2K because it was my senior year of high school, and I think all of us were aware that lots of tech companies were working on it for so long that we didn't think anything bad was going to happen. We thought, if anything, it would be minor, stupid stuff. And especially in New York, where the infrastructure is so old, we're like, I bet you, if anything, things that are attached to like timers, like the time that they display on the bank, like back when the bank always had the time and temperature, like
Yeah.
that's the kind of shit that's going to just like mess up and it's going to go back to zero. Like stupid stuff like that. Not that planes are going to fall out of the sky or that electricity is going to crash everywhere. There are too many redundancies in place, when like actual government works correctly, for that stuff to not happen. And we were largely okay. I don't remember there being any type of weird stuff at all. Like, I don't remember a thing going wrong, actually. And this was right at the advent of the internet, right? So I signed on to AOL the next day, and I was like, oh, things are normal. Still takes
they
forever
did a
to
good
dial
job.
up. Yeah.
Yep. That's one
I
thing.
went to
that
bed
is
and went, oh, okay, things.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, the power's on, the hospital's working, the oxygen is being pumped into my daughter.
Yeah.
I'm going to sleep.
I'm going to sleep.
I'm going to bed. This is stressful. I was watching the ball drop with my best friend and the guy I was seeing at the time, and I remember like you got to 5 and I screamed, "We're gonna die!" And of course nothing happened. I felt like such a loser, like hugging my friend and just but yeah, that was what 16-year-old me was doing on Y2K.
We had a little get together. It's always cold, right? Because it's New York. It's December, like it's winter.
It's New Year's Eve. Everybody's out in the streets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like I was home with a few friends pop by. Like it was really low key actually, and it was just a few of us. And we were always night owls. Like I've always been the type, and I think I've had this conversation with Ashley, where you're more likely to see me awake at 3 a.m. than 6 a.m. Like that's just how I am.
Same.
Like
Yep.
I'm one of those. And so I was always like a late night person anyway,
Yeah.
but
1999.
For
Mhm.
sure.
well, he had that other album that came out, Raven to the Joyous Fantastic or whatever, like because he's guaranteed a resurgence in '99 after a song like that. So
For sure.
we all just hung out and nothing crazy happened at all. And then before you know it, the semester's over and we're off to college and you don't even think about it. And then I was telling someone, I was like, this is a session of crazy shit for like the older millennials like us, where it was like, oh, we had Y2K, but nothing really happened. But then we had the 2000 election and then September 11th. And then everything that crashed after September 11th because of that. And then 08, and then 2012, and 2016, you fucking name it. Like one thing after another, there's like some stupid nonsense.
We're so tired of unprecedented
I'm so
times.
exhausted. Yeah.
So tired.
And look, one of my friends was like, yeah, also Gen Xers had a little more leeway before all that stuff started happening. But like boomers went through Vietnam. And everything else. My dad's like, yeah, we used to have a draft. There's no draft anymore, and there isn't an oil supply crisis. And I was like, fair. And your political leaders weren't actually getting assassinated. And I was like, ugh, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, things suck in just different ways, you know?
Yeah, I mean, 68. My mom. I was born in 68. My mom said I was sitting around ironing clothes, and Bobby Kennedy had just been killed.
Mhm.
You know, and in 64, Jack had been killed. And earlier in 68, Martin Luther King had been killed. And
Yep.
she's like, what am I doing bringing a child into this world now?
Yeah,
So we
which
talk
is
about
crazy to say
this being
50
really
years ago.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what's so nuts. It's like, it's always a terrible time because the earth is a hot
I
ball of
remember
mess.
Ronald Reagan being, his attempted.
Yeah, he was shot at too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who wasn't
Somebody
shot
was-
at this point? I
he
feel
was-
like
That guy was hot for what's her face? The actress from Taxi.
oh my God, Jane Fonda.
No, not Jane Fonda. The younger girl. She's not very young now. She's older than I am. Jodie Foster.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Hinckley had a thing for Jodie Foster.
I don't know why I was thinking Jane Fonda. Lots of political entanglement for other reasons.
Yeah.
But yeah. You're right. It was Jodie Foster. Oh boy. Meanwhile, we sort of lost the plot on Clone Wars, but so did Clone Wars in season 1,
Yeah.
because it ends on like a really great episode, Hostage Crisis, where Zero the Hutt is back. Ugh. And bounty hunters take control of the Senate. That's really cool. We get Cad Bane. Oh my God, amazing. And
That
we
is
get
cool.
to see the start of what becomes a major arc in season 2, where we basically follow the bounty hunters for quite a while. Like season 2 is very bounty hunter crazy. And we get Boba Fett, we get Bossk, we get Aura Singh as played by the
Yeah.
fantastic Jamie King.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of cool episodes in season 2, and the ratings, the IMDb scores go up significantly.
Oh yeah.
Like just reading off of, like several of them crack an 8, which nothing really cracks an 8 in season 1. And nothing drops below a 7 really. Like this is a significantly stronger episode.
Yeah, and that one gets
Um,
a 7.9. So I blame the big ass hat, right?
Yeah.
Right,
Big ass hat.
Dave?
Anyway, that's our take on Clone Wars season 1, and politics at large. We'll be back to our regular watch-alongs starting in season 2 next week.
Actually,
We'll be doing...
next week we are doing our micro series.
Oh my God, that's right. See, I almost messed it up. So we're gonna do
Yeah.
a micro series watch next week. We're gonna have to figure that out because I don't think we could watch all of them in one sitting. I have to double check the length. Like it might make sense that we do it
So
in
let
2
me-
batches.
I'll check Disney Plus right now because I have the app on my phone.
Yeah.
Um,
So we will confirm with everyone. And yes,
Yes.
Lonnie.
Yes, Lonnie. This weapon is your life. You know. Another Annie not holding on to his damn lightsaber.
Yeah, just drop it on the desk. It's all good.
Damn it, Annie! What's wrong with you? Ugh.
Yeah, so
So
next
annoying.
week we'll be back with the micro series, but this week on we will not skip the micro series, Dave. This week on the network, we've got Happy Hour tomorrow night, as always, on Tuesdays. On Wednesday, we have a new episode of The Nerve Herders. On Thursday, we've got the Andor Season 1 watch-along continuing, and we do have a guest host. Just give me 1 second to pull up. My phone is just being very slow for some reason. But we've got Tori Kea from Twin Cities Comics as a guest. It's Season 1, Episode 8, and I know what he's going to be talking about because Twin Cities Comics is doing our send-in for Boonta Eve.
Oh, that's cool. I got to meet Tori a few years ago, so he's a cool dude.
And then Jedi Archives has a High Republic adventure, The Wedding Spectacular, on Sunday.
Ooh, okay, that's gonna be a good one. So chapters 1 through 20 is 1 hour and 9 minutes. Episodes 21 to 25 is 1 hour and 3 minutes. So slightly longer. We have some options there.
Let's do it in 2 chunks. We'll just start right away for next week. That way we can get the hour, and then we'll figure out what we do about the second one. If we want to split it into 3 or split it into 2, I mean, so it goes 3 episodes instead of 2. We'll figure it out.
We'll have to start right away.
Micro
No
series.
chit-chat for you.
Exactly. We'll talk through them like we do for everything else.
Yeah, we'll just ignore it.
Oh my God, he's so violent. That's what I'm going to end up saying about everybody on that show. Like, why is everyone so aggressively violent in the show?
Mm-hmm. And unhinged.
Oh,
Everyone is
sure.
crazy.
For sure. But I'm excited about that. I haven't seen a lot of them.
I'm excited about maybe having caught up with my sleep by this time next week.
Yeah,
I
same.
hope so. I'm loving the daylight later. So.
Yeah, just not loving the sleepiness.
No honk shoe.
Especially because I got like no sleep Saturday and a Sunday. We were dancing our asses off to Mayhem and throwing money at drag queens.
That's all right. That stuff will stop.
I mean, my best friend is turning 60, and we're going to Montreal because he wants to do the nightlife.
Oh,
we are children.
I did that in college.
Yeah, we are still that way.
Oh my goodness, I love it.
One of my friends who's already in his 60s, we're having drinks on Thursday, and he's one of my bad idea friends. So my concern is like what my Friday will look like. He's one of those. But this is how we are. We've got the Peter Pan syndrome worse than anyone in this group. Everyone thinks they're cute. They're like, I got my lightsaber and I'm going to Disney. I'm so irresponsible. I roll. And it's like, no, my friends and I are clubbing, and our ages start with a 4 or 5 or a 6. So we are them. It's
totally fine.
You know, it's New York. We're gay and we're New Yorkers. Like,
hey,
I have minimal responsibility outside of this office. So
yeah. Your cats would want you to party.
Yeah, they're fine. They're great. They're very self-sufficient.
They want you to party.
But yeah, we've got a great week ahead of us on the network, and then we're back next week for micro series. I can't wait.
There we go.
It'll be so fun. And then be on the lookout for more information coming on all things Celebration, especially on Thursday with Twin Cities Comics being on as the guest host. That's going to be fantastic. They're going to take care of send-ins for Celebration, and so more news is coming on that front.
Oh, that's exciting.
All right, thank you everyone for joining us. We'll see you this week on the network, and as always, long live the Republic.
May the Force be with you.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye there.
Hello there. Hi, I'm Mark Connell. I'm the Director of Programming at the Virtual Cantina Network, and I'm here with James Arnold Taylor, the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yes, I know that one well. I have the high ground if I... Wait, yes. Thank you. Now I have the high ground. And you are watching Clone Wars Revisited. This is the show you're looking for.